Now look here, what I'm saying, everybody camera on. Let's continue with this thing. So what I am saying is कि कोई waiting में तो नहीं है? हाँ है, Basit. Okay. Now what I am saying is, look here carefully, that to go to this array, to go to this first array, I am saying 3D of how much I will go to it is 3D dot length. 3D dot length means what is the 3D pointing to? 3D is pointing to this array. What is its length? That is 3. So it will go for up to 3. That is 0, 1, and 2. Less than 3. So what is the length of this array? How I will get the length of this array? Because they can be a variable. It could be bigger. Here, agar 10 rows. If here are 10 rows, so that means this the size of this array will be 10. So how I will come to know what is the size of this array? So that will be my 3D of 0 dot length. So 3D of 0 जो है, जो यानी कि 3D of 0 किसको पॉइंट करता है? इस एरे को. उसकी लेंथ क्या है? ठीक है. 3D of 0 means this. What is inside this? Inside this is the address of this array. So जिस array का address है उसकी क्या length? So 3D of 0 dot length, that will give me the array of address size of this array. 3D of 1, what is 3D of 1 pointing to this array? So 3D of 1 dot length will give me what is the length of this array. 3D of 2 dot give me what is the length of this array. क्योंकि मुझे लूप उतनी चलानी है ना जितनी लेंथ होगी array की, ठीक है ना? So 3D of 0 dot length give me this array. Now it will give me this is array 3, this size 3, so 0, 1, 2. But I want to print this, and I'm having here 8. The size of this array is 8. As you could see here, the size of this array is 8, and I have to. Where is the address of this array? Address of this array is here. It is located here, right? Now, how big is this? How big? How much loop मुझे कितनी चलानी है इसके लिए? जितना इसका size होगा, वो कैसे पता चलेगा? 3D of 0, 0 dot length. 3D of I j, क्योंकि ये I loop से कर रहा हूँ मैं, ये j loop से कर रहा हूँ. 3D of I j बताऊंगा मैं. भाई मेरे को बताओ 3D of I j dot length. जितनी 3D of I j dot length है, जितनी मेरी 3D of I j dot length है, उतना चलो. 3D अगर I फिलहाल 0 है, j 0 है, so that means 3D of 0, 0 dot length. 3D of 0 is this guy, and of 0 is this guy, because what is 0 pointing to? Is pointing to this 0. So that means 0, 0, यानी कि ये. अगर मैं कहूँगा 0, 1, that means this. 0, 2, that means this. If I say 1, 0, that means I'm talking of this guy. 1, 1, I'm talking of this guy. 2 is pointing to this array. So 2 of 0 is this thing. Okay. Now I am saying what is the length of 3D of 0, 0. So 0, 0, what is 0, 0 pointing to? It is pointing to this array. So that means indirectly I'm saying what is the length of 3D of 0, 0. I'm saying what is the length of this data array. Right? आ रहा है समझ कुछ?
Yes, sir.
फैजान यूथ में होना? Yes, sir. बाकी no, sir. Is it? Now look here.
Ji, sir.
So I am doing here for int I is equal to 0. Listen carefully. I'm going to next class here now. Let it take it perfectly and finish this concept properly. So you have to be with me and ask questions and be with me. Seriously. Fahim Sabah, camera on. Faizan, camera on. Now look here what I'm saying. I am saying, I will also take one screenshot. मैं लिया नहीं भी. देखो मैंने क्या बोला? For int I is equal to 0. ठीक है? जरा फहीम फैजान अपनी शक्ल दिखाओ ना, आप चुका चुप चूरा सा खबर क्या है? I will take one print screen. अर्शिन अपना फेस दिखाओ सीधे. कैमरा था बोल पाऊँ क्या? ऐसे हुर ताल बस. Okay. Faizan, open up your cam. Print screen. Okay. Whatever. Now, what I'm saying is, oh, there are 2 people waiting. Admit all. What I am saying is, I have to print the data of this array. So in this array, there is a data like it is having inside like this thing 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is here. I want to print that, but I have to go there not to print it. It is like कि मैं रह रहा हूँ इंडिया के अंदर और इंडिया में कहाँ रह रहा हूँ मैं. अगर आपको मुझे प्रिंट करना है, सो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि भाई साहब मैं रह रहा हूँ इंडिया में कहाँ रह रहा हूँ मैं श्रीनगर में. श्रीनगर में किधर रह रहा हूँ? सोहरा के अंदर. सोहरा में किधर रह रहा हूँ? लेन ए हाउस नंबर 44, उधर मैं बैठा हूँ. तो अगर मेरे पास जाना है पहले आपको इंडिया जाना पड़ेगा, इंडिया के बाद आपको श्रीनगर जाना पड़ेगा, श्रीनगर के बाद आपको सोहरा जाना पड़ेगा, सोहरा के बाद आपको शाह फैसल कॉलोनी, लेन ए हाउस नंबर 44. What I am giving you? I am giving you the indirections. This is what I was doing here. Our data is here, okay, but I have to reach there. I have to give the indirections by 3D of 0 0 उसका 0. अगर मुझे ये 1 प्रिंट करना है, this is 3D of 0 then उसका 0 और उसका 0, तो ये 1 है. अगर मुझे ये 2 प्रिंट करना है तो 3D of इंडिया का श्रीनगर का ये 3D of 0 0 1. So that means I will use I for this. I will use take care of this for J, and this one I use take care of K. So K will run me for all this up to 8. K should run me for 8. So how I will get this K to run up to 8 and for here only up to 2 and for here up to 4. क्योंकि K इसके लिए पहली एरे के लिए 8 के लिए जाना चाहिए, दूसरे में वो जाएगा सिर्फ 2 बार और तीसरे में जाएगा 4 बार. शायद वही साइज था ना. So how I will figure out कि मुझे K 8 बार रन करना है, K यहाँ पे 2 बार करना है, K यहाँ पे 4 बार करना है. So how I will do that? I will use what is the 0 dot length. This 0 0 dot length will give me what is the length of this array. 0 1 dot length will give me what is the length of this array. K उतना रन करेगा. 0 2 dot length वो इसकी लेंथ बताएगा, K उतना रन करेगा. ठीक है? I think it is more than explanation. Yes. Basit? Question है कि क्या दलील?
सर नहीं क्लियर है.
Okay. तो सर सच्चा कोई क्वेश्चन है, कोई बात नहीं. तो देखें यहाँ पे आप अभी let us look at this. Let me minimize this for a while. Okay. So I am saying here for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 3D dot length because I want to see what is the length of this, so that I loop will run for this guy, whatever the size of this array is, first array is. So that means for I is equal to 0, I is less than 3D dot length, and it will run for 0 1 and 2, right? Okay. Then inside I have to, because I have traversed all these arrays on the second level. That is why I am having J loop. J loop will take care of these mid second level arrays. But right now my I is 0. So I am only talking of this array. Because when I is 0, 0 is pointing to this array only. So J will run for this array. So what is the size of this array? How will I know? Batao koi mujhe. Danish Fayaz. What is the size of this array? How I come to know कि मुझे इसको 3 बार चलाना है? Because how I calculate that?
Voice नहीं आ रही clear.
Huh?
Sir,
Because
voice is not coming clear.
Voice is not coming clear. Don't worry. So because I am saying 3D of 0 dot length. 3D of 0 dot length will give me the size of this. So that is here taken care of. 3D of, because I is this time 0. 3D of 0 dot length. This time I is 0, so 3D of 0 dot length. So 3D of 0 dot length will give me the length of this array, and J will run for that much of time. J will run for this time 3 times, because 3D of 0 dot length is 3. So J will run for 3 times here right now. When I is 0, J will run for 3 times. So it will run for 0 0 0 1 0 2. Okay. Now inside I am going now here on this data array, and I have to print this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So what is the address of this one? 3D of 0 0 0. And what is the address of 2? 3D of 0, because 0 is pointing to this 0, this 0 is pointing to this, and there 1. Okay, so that means I have to run here the K loop, but k is less than, what should be it be? 3d of I j dot length, because I have to run this 8 times now, right? I have to run this for 8 times. So how I will know कि इसका size 8 है? Because the size of 3d of 0, 0, what is the length of that? 3d of 0, 0, what is the length of that? That's the length of this first array. The next time, when it comes next time when I is 1, then it will say 3d of 1, 0. What is the length of that? That is the size of this array. And so on. Okay, na? So what should I print here? Now 3d of I, j and k. Let me print in 3d of I, j, k. The first time, when it comes first time, I is 0, now j is 0, and k is 0. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because when I is 0, it will try to run this loop. Then internally, when the j becomes 0, it will try to run this loop. First, this loop will run. So what will you print it?
First
3d of
element.
0, 0, 0. IB 0, JB 0, KB 0. So 3d of 0, 0, 0. That is this element. What is there inside?
First element.
The first
of
element, right?
data
And
array.
this brace on. Okay, it is here. So it will print me, this loop will print the first row, then it go back to this and becomes J1. J is this time 1, that means this guy, the J1, and it prints, then K will print the second row, then it goes back again, the J becomes 2, it will print, then the K will print this, the third row of the first 2D array. Then when it is done, it will print up the println to go back to the next array. But before that, I will print also here this thing, SOP. Copy. Control P. Now, what will happen here is, look here. Let us run it, dry run it first, okay? When I is 0, it will try to enter this loop. Inside this loop will run, and we know this will run for 3d dot length, that is 0, 1, 2 times. That's 3 times total. Now it enters this loop, j is 0 up to 3d of 0 dot length. 3d of 0 dot length means this, how much is this array? That is 3 times. Firstly, when the I is 0, this will run for 3 times. So 0, 1, 2. Because 3d of 0 dot length is 3, right? Okay. Then SOP we do what here? 3d of I, j, k. No. Now firstly, k will run here for k is equal to 0. K is less than 3d of 0, 0 dot length. Because JB 0, IB 0. 0, 0 dot length means what is the size of this array? उतना वो 8 है तो ये 8 बारी चलेगा और ये प्रिंट करेगा 0, 0, 0. तो 0, 0 तो कॉमन ही इसको लिए है. Then k बनेगा 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. वो रहेंगे 0, 0 ही बाहर वाली दो loops. So when this is done, that is when it has printed it. Okay, first row. Then we print the \n to get to the next level, next line for this array. Now here, from here to come back to this loop, and now j becomes 1. Now this one will be 0, 1 dot length. That is 0, 1 dot length. That means what is the length of this array? The second array. Oh, okay, that is how much? That is perhaps 2. So it will run 2 times. So this time it is 0, 1, j is 1, and k is 0. So 0, 1, 1. So it will run for 2 times and print this array. And this will print \n, new line, and goes back here. Now j becomes 2. So this is 0, 2. I is 0, 0, 2 dot length. That means whatever the length of this is, k will run that much time and print it as that row, and again \n, and this loop is done. Now it will come back to this loop. Now I becomes 1. I becomes 1. That means I becomes 1, and it will do same thing now for here. Whatever we had done, does same thing for this, and finishes it. Then go for the next. When it finishes all of this, then this \n comes in and it goes back to it. I becomes 2, and for I is equal to 2 now. So that means 2, 0, and it will print this thing, print this stuff. Okay. And in the meantime, it printed all. It prints all. Okay. So if I give it a go, so I will say here,
So sorry to interrupt, लेकिन जुनैद सर की तालिब सर की क्लास है, हमें वो वेट कर रहे हैं for last 10-15
yes,
minutes.
yes. ठीक ठीक, बस इसको प्रिंट करेंगे and we go. Okay. Print 3D array using nested loop. Okay. Now give it a go. Look here. So it's printing now. This is the first array. This is the second 2D array, and this is the third 2D array. And we only need to do what? We need to, there is some issue in it. We will see that more. There should be also space and all. You go to the next class. We should not interact with the, disturb the others classes also. This is enough for today, and hopefully you have got something. Watch the videos. Okay. Watch the videos and clear the concept. And that's all for today.
So thank you, sir.